So we're going to begin today on our backs. Set your hips to the middle of your yoga mat and lower yourself down. Draw your knees into your chest and get a nice hug, drawing the knees in towards the armpits, separating the knees a little bit. And then I want you to open your arms out to a T shape and simply lower your knees all the way over to the right. And the only thing you need to pay attention to right now, other than the breath, is whether the knees stack one on the other, and whether you feel a lot of sensation on the top left hip. Just be aware of that. Draw your knees a little higher up towards your right elbow. And then take your top leg and maybe straighten it out a little bit. It doesn't have to be all the way. Notice if it easily touches the floor, or if it's high off the floor. Notice if that turns the volume up a lot. Bend the knee again. Draw the knees back to center and take it to the other side. So just let your knees drop to the other side. Same thing on this side. So you're noticing sensation, you're noticing if it's tight on the outside of the right hip. You're noticing if your knees touch. Option to straighten out your top leg. Take a couple breaths here and tap outside of the leg. Bend that top knee. Draw your knee back in. And settle your left foot to the floor. Cross your right ankle over your left knee. And you can hang out here, right hand pushing the right knee away. I would activate right foot, meaning curl your toes back towards your eyes and just press. You can also, of course, lift your foot up off the floor. Reach the right hand in the gap between your legs. Catch behind the left thigh or even in front of the left shin. Still keep that right foot really active, the toes spreading and the toes curling back. And you're gonna gently rock side to side once you bring the legs up. Drawing the left knee in gently, a little bit closer and a little bit closer without forcing anything. The oscillation, the rocking side to side, is a great way to let your muscles relax into a new shape. And we're going to keep this entire unit of the legs, which to me looks like a figure four. We're going to take this figure four and we're going to rock it over to the right so that the sole of the right foot now faces up towards the ceiling. And the left knee is still pulling the right heel a little closer to your chest, no matter where you land. Your arms are not holding the legs anymore though. So you release the arms, your shoulders can stay down, and let the foot go over. Yeah, you guys have it. Take a full breath here. Left foot can be used like a kickstand to hold you up. And then inhale your chin, inhale your knees back to center. Use your right hand and your left hand to hold on to the right leg. So wherever you can hold it, but maybe the back of the knee and the outside of the foot. And then straighten your left leg out on the yoga mat. So in theory, we're not particularly warm yet, but in theory, from the starting position, you could also hook your elbows around this front knee and then straighten out your left. But it's a lot trickier to get straight here. So if you just want to go really deep into the right hip, you can hook your hands and keep it there. elbow around the foot, elbow around the knee. If you want to go a little deeper into the front of the left pelvis, then just hold your hands in front of the left hip. Make your left leg long, lift your chest. Rock a little side to side here too if that would feel good to you. And I'll come around and make sure we're all cozy. Okay, so you're gonna keep this leg that's in the air, and one more little twist, you're just gonna let the foot fall to the left side of your body. So it's still the right leg that's up, you're gonna let that foot fall to the left side of the body. The foot's gonna go onto the floor, knee points towards the sky. Use your left hand to give it a little gentle press away. So left hand to right knee, that's the arm that's on the floor. And get your right shoulder back to the ground. And now you're probably feeling it more on the outside of the right hip. Full breath in. Exhale, draw it back to center. Draw your left knee in. Take your hands and cup your knees. Draw some big circles with your knees. Stephen Cope calls this sacral massage. Let's go in the other direction, drawing the circles in the other direction with the knees. Setting the feet flat to the floor. Cross your left ankle over your right knee. And the first piece of this, remember, is just pushing the knee away with your left hand. So for some of you guys that won't feel like much of anything, and for some of you that will feel like plenty. You can stay here, or you can lift your right foot up off the floor. Left hand now dives in the space between the legs. Hook behind the right thigh or in front. And then oscillate a little bit. So use your breath, do the tiniest little rocking. Left foot is active. Try spreading your toes like you could spread your fingers. And try gliding your ankle up a little closer to your knee rather than closer to your hip. Into a steady quality of breath. We're going to keep this shape of the legs, the figure four shape. Keep the shoulders down on the floor, and then let the knees drop over to the left. So it should feel a little bit funky, right? Knees over to the left. Right foot drops down to help you support the legs. Look towards the right, shoulders to the floor. Inhale, bring your chin to center, draw your knees to center. Catch hold of the leg that's lifted. This is your left leg now. Right hand onto the foot, left hand onto the knee, or optionally, clasp around the elbows. And you're gonna hold this leg like you're rocking a baby and stretch your right leg out on the floor, on the yoga mat. Make your right leg really active, and keep your left toes really active as well. So the right leg's not just kind of chilling out here, it's really pressing long. A few deep breaths. Allow this left foot to fall across your body over onto the right side, and then use your right hand to gently push it away. Gaze to the left. There's lots of left and rights happening right now, so forgive yourself in advance if they end up a little bit backwards. Full breath here. Please draw your chin back to center. draw your knees back to center. Draw both of your feet, soles of the feet together. And you can either reach down and grab your shins or your ankles and pull them close, or you can even just hug the back of your knees if you're feeling on the tighter side today. So stay here for about 5 full breaths. The knees are in a diamond shape. And reach your arms between the legs to grab the ankles. You can also rock a little side to side here. And what you'll notice is that the muscles will soften a bit. You might find over the course of rocking a little right and left that you get a bit looser in the hips. Keep your left leg just as it is. Send your right leg out to the side so that your legs end up making a check mark. This is one of my favorite shapes. So the right leg goes straight to the side as opposed to forward. If you've got a wall next to you, just park it on the wall. That's usually nice. Spark and spread your right toes. Make that leg really long. And then draw the knee back in. And same thing on the left. So your your feet meet in the diamond in the center. And then the left leg reaches out long. The actions happening in this left leg are there's a lot of muscular effort to keep it up, but there's also a deep stretch on the inner thigh. So you're kind of working to stabilize this muscle in a new range. And that's one of the most powerful things you can do when you are quote unquote stretching. Come back to center. Draw the heels in slightly closer to your chest or your ribs, your belly, and then move towards happy baby pose. In happy baby, you catch your hands behind the knees, at the ankles, or in the outer feet. Rock a little side to side. We're gonna do something similar in happy baby pose that we did a moment ago with the figure 4 shape, right? When we were rocking the baby. So make sure that the hips feel nice and warm. Let's keep the left foot exactly where it is. Happy baby pose. And send the right foot flat to the floor. You can stay right here, so left foot still in half happy baby, right foot flat to the floor. Or you can stretch your right leg out. To go deeper into the left hip, you just use your arms and you pull deeper on the left hip. To go deeper into the right leg, feel free to back off of the left and really, really activate the right. You'll feel it more in the front of the hip flexors. Deep breath in. Big sigh out. Set your right foot flat. Draw both of your knees in. Do some circles to the right. Cupping your hands over your knees, and then do some circles to the left. Find happy baby with the right foot, and then settle your left foot flat to the floor. You can stay right here. Or you can stretch your left leg out. Remember that you have the option to soften up a little bit on the right, hold. Or you can emphasize the right. If your left leg's stretched out long, then make it really powerful. So energize the left leg, curl your toes back towards your eyes, zip up through the center. A couple of full breaths. Bend your left knee again, and this time just hug your right knee into your chest. Give your right knee a big hug. Pull it in. Stretch your left leg out long again, and draw your right knee over towards your left armpit, or elbow. And come back to center. Draw your left knee in, straighten your right leg out. Then draw your left knee over towards your right armpit or elbow. Back to center with your chin, with your knees, and roll over to one side and press yourself all the way up to seated. So give yourself the cushion that you need to get comfortable and seated. You can use your blanket again. Let's bring the soles of the feet together. Bring the hands to the outside of your knees. And I want you to, with your hands, feel like you're closing a book. But with your knees, feel like you're opening a book. So that you're gonna arm wrestle your legs a little bit. Hold it here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Bring the hands to the inside of the knees. If your knees are kind of up towards your armpits, you can also cross over, and that's a little more ergonomically comfortable. Or you can have your hands right here and just push your knees into your hands into your knees. What we're doing is contracting the inner thigh muscles, right, to close the book. And now, as you relax, and those muscles relax, you might feel a little bit more freedom to get comfortable in place. Let's do one more time on each side. So try to close the book, hands under the knees. Squeeze in. And relax. And press the knees into the hands. Notice if it's weaker on one side or stronger on one side. Just pay attention. And relax. All right. So let's set the left foot flat to the floor, knee points towards the sky, and the right heel in close to your groin. Walk your right hand out, reach it up, take it over. As you lean here, I want you to take a full inhale and almost lengthen a bit. Totally okay if your hip comes up off the floor. And as you exhale, see if this elbow can soften a little bit more.
Just do what you do.
I'm mirroring you guys. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, let's switch sides. So right foot flat to the floor. Left heel tucks in. You're gonna walk your left hand out and lift up. There's these muscles in between your ribs that you'll probably feel here particularly as you inhale. But they're called your intercostal muscles. So as you soften this elbow, when you inhale, you might feel a big stretch, like an accordion happening on the side of your ribs. And as you exhale, let everything soften a little bit. Inhale, reach. And exhale, soften. Come up to center. Let's keep the legs just like this. So your right foot's flat to the floor, left heel tucks in, and you're gonna reach your right arm up towards the sky, and lean back and try to reach an imaginary cookie on the wall behind you. So you're reaching back there. Settle your hand down either to your blanket or to the floor, or even to one of your blocks behind you. And then with your free arm, you're gonna wrap around and hug this knee. Some of you might be comfortable chopping to the outside of the knee, and if you do, you can take your first finger and thumb together for chin mudra. Get a sense of equal weight on both sitting bones. Get a sense of lifting tall, and that this height, this tallness of the spine is a higher priority than where your elbow lands. So as you inhale, you get taller, and as you exhale, there's this gentle turning. looking over your back shoulder. Turn your eyes all the way to the right as well. Slowly inhale to center. Draw your knee in and set your feet a little bit like so staggered. Yeah, so your right shin is going to be off to the side, maybe towards the side of your yoga mat, and your left foot to the top of your right thigh, or somewhere close. Take a deep breath in. Exhale and spin in the other direction. Yeah, get your fingertips on the floor over here. Start to press your top hip forward. If you feel comfortable here, keep spinning. This will get you more of shoulders, more belly, more spine. Or you can lower down towards your forearms and get a bit of a softer shape by resting your forehead down, which might get a little more into that front hip. Left foot flat to the floor, right heel tucks in, left arm reaches. So you're gonna get this really nice long spine. Remember, we're prioritizing the spine. So as you reach to the back, lower the hand down. I've got a block behind me, and that's what I'm pushing on. But this other arm comes around and just gives it a nice hug, gives the knee a nice hug. Or if you have the space and you don't feel like you're crowding, like you've stopped your breath, you bring your elbow to the outside of the knee, whatever's more comfortable. So take a deep breath in. Exhale, spin a little deeper. Inhale, get taller. Exhale, notice if your belly button can go to the left just a little bit more. Inhale, unravel, hug this knee. Set your knee off to the side. So your shin is to the floor. We're going to walk our hands all the way over to the right. And you can just keep walking, keep spinning and staying upright. Or you can fold forward. Be here for about 3 breaths. As you're ready, inhale, rise up. Come on up and bring the soles of your feet together again.